against Team at DX at this point. So, whatever the case is what we can totally assume right now, Annie, is the fact that the fight will definitely occur as soon as the circle is going to close down.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible because 16 teams left in the running. That's still a lot. Any other squads, so they're ready. It looks like they're actually ready for any potential engagements. And speaking of engagements, it looks like NS and Bigatron once again they meet in the battlefield. CZ is on the red, needs that revive, and of course everyone else will be coming in to the rescue to rescue their one player, and they just have to get that opportunity to kind of reset. But for now, NS Red Force so far doing quite well. They have managed to wipe out at least a one team, so that's four eliminations on their side. But they could potentially get more if they have information as to where the other squad is, because it looks like Bigatron Esports they're at the bottom of this hill. They're positioned quite well, but looks like they're both backing out from each other for now. Yeah, I mean, definitely we're looking at the circle. It's gonna close in on the northern side of this island around Severny as well. And you can see that a lot of these teams are just gonna go ahead and rotate into the northern part. I mean, we're talking about 16 teams right now. Talking about 16 teams, and that small circle is not going to hold everyone. And we're looking at the kill feed. There's a lot happening. I mean, not a lot, but there's quite a number of knocks, quite a number of eliminations as well. We're down to 62 now, 61 players, and this is between RD versus Exotic Esports, and now BTR, ZMJJK, grenades out. Horror's in trouble. Wow, that's a double kill. That was absolutely crazy, and then that Horror Esports loses their place. I mean, that was quite unfortunate, but that was a good grenade throw. I don't think Horror Esports stood a chance against all that damage. But for now, looks like Bigatron Esports. They do have four eliminations to their side. Pretty good start. We're 10 minutes into the game. So we're looking at the perspective of Bigatron Esports. Once again, that was Federalis. Now we're looking at JMJJK. And of course, we're seeing kill feed. We do see RD versus Exotic Esports. They're just giving each other some trades. I mean, guys, a while ago I did say there were 61 players. Now we're down to 55. Once again, these players, these 18 teams, they're the type that love violence. They're the type that loves risking it for the engagers, especially in the early game. But towards the late game, we kind of get a little bit. That is actually a kill from a DBS. I really thought that would have been a vehicle elimination, but over here, we got Esports versus RC. Sprays coming in. Lots of people down on the side of RC from the side of BTR. Hide on Bush, crosshairs out, trying to see if they can find another elimination. With that directions, Esports loses their place on this third map. But it's not over just yet. Snape, grenades out, throws lots of players from side of RC, potentially elimination points going out to side of Bigatron Esports. And with that, Snape takes a lot of damage from that explosion. However, still not over just yet. There's Kinotrope as well on the other side. Snape throws that grenade, runs away, tries to see if they can get any damage. And with that, Reject does get picked off. And BTR, just take a look at that number of eliminations. That's 8 points. Snape with 4, ZMJJKK with 2, and Federal with Hide on Bush each having 1. I mean, these are some impressive players. So I'm really excited to see how they'll perform in the rest of this map. And so with that, we're looking at TRX right now. There's 4 Miracle Vibes at a distance. They all have their cars making a lot of noise. And so with that, there's a lot of information to be had. I mean, vehicles are quite noisy and they're very visible on I mean on your screen. So basically they're quite giving away location to everyone in the vicinity. And over here we can see there's actually FN's a tray at the distance, and so with that, so as What will he do with that information? I'm not sure because he's having his crosshairs out. So far, can't find the target that they need. But so as is getting shot at, so they'll have to get him moving. But Trey is at the distance. Don't know if so as has that information. He's taking a lot of damage. Will be losing their health. I don't know if he'll get eliminated here, but it looks like he's still out of the woods. But over here, top. It's non-stop violence over here in this Erangel map. 14 minutes in. Top. Man, this tree. Trying to line up their shots. Sees the smokes. Sees the moving vehicles. Gets some damage. But it's not enough for a knock just yet. Since they're live to the plays, I'm not sure how that happened, but it happened. It is what it is. But going back, we're just switching between three different teams. Actually, four Marco Vibes, FN Esports, and ASXI8 in this vicinity. It's gonna be a lot of bloodshed later on. Some three pretty good teams going against each other. ASXI8, 5 eliminations. Final, getting that kill, and Ghost as well, getting that kill on the side. Against the four Merco Vibes. So with that, lots of things happening. RD versus DRS, some other part of the map, but Ghost throws a grenade. See if it will get someone. It actually knocks down Refuse, and so with that, FN Esports doing quite well. And Royal Dragon, while we were speaking, eliminated off Huzaifa rather. Line up your shots against 4MV. There's a lot of damage taken, but unfortunately, it's not enough for a knock just yet. And FN over here is not looking quite well. Trey's the last healthy person, and if Trey goes down, it's not going to be good for them. But NS Red Force sprays coming in, gets a lot of kills, and with that, the Xavier does get picked off. But over here, NS Red Force actually doing quite well. That's 8 eliminations on their side. And as Red Force XZY rather lines up their shots, spots a moving vehicle, but they'll be forced to hide behind this elevation for now. And over here, top for Merco Vibes at the top of this hill gets some long-ranged bullets to connect. Trey's crawling for their lives, gets the perspective of Zyle for 4 American Vibes. You can see a moving vehicle. No one's giving away their location just yet, however, but there's a lot of moving vehicles. BTR, it's spotted by DRS Gaming. Grenades coming in, unfortunately not taking the damage, however, but it looks like someone fell to their deaths. That'll be Tamra from Kinotrope. And with that, hide on bush in their beautiful, beautiful sports car, going in to kind of regroup with their team. And of course, NS is at the distance as well. But no engagement just yet, but there is Kinotrope from a distance. So Bigatron Esports, they have a decision to make. Will they go ahead and rotate into the area and kind of start this engagement? Just do some initiation? I mean, Bigatron Esports, so far, doing quite well. They have 9 eliminations. But looking at the leaderboards, they're still number 4. They still have to overtake FN Esports. Then again, FN Esports only 5 points away, and it looks like Federal. They spot a potential kill, but Dakar over here spots Kinotrope. 1 down on the side of Kinotrope. Snape actually backs that kill, steals it for Merkel Vibes. So there's basically 3 different teams vying for those elimination points, and so whoever gets that kill first, I mean, that's luck for them. But looking here for Merkel Vibes, Bigatron at the distance, crosshairs out top, trying to find that shot to line up. Unfortunately, he won't be finding that just yet. 9 eliminations. Grenades out. Not gonna be dealing damage. Definitely not enough damage, but on the other hand, Federal does find TZ from NS. With that, actually, Beanie gets that a revenge knock, and looking at NS, it's only XZY left. And so with that, if XZY goes down, it's going to be the end for NS Red Force. And with that, as just I was speaking, it's Snape who will be putting them onto the ground. And with that, Snape does have the opportunity to go ahead and revive Hide on Bush. And if they can get to Federal, I mean, that would be great. But 13 eliminations from this one map. BTR is just on a roll right now. I mean, one more point, and they can potentially overtake FN. And I believe they have placement points already. And so that's a good thing for them. But of course, back to the game, we do see King Trope, Tamra. They are within this building, just waiting for the right moment to strike. Snape as well. I mean, BTR is doing so well. Snape has 6 kills to their name. Spot C1 puts some bullets, but Atomic is just not getting knocked down. And so Snape, they have given away their location, but what can Champions Esports do with that information? With lots of pressures going in from all sides, and so with that, C1 does get a player from BTR. Zyle over here from Formical Vibes within the safety of this building. Of course, Crosshairs out. Top, trying to see if they can find their 5th kill. Docker as well, trying to see if they can get a pick off. Bigatron Esports, 13 kills already, but they did lose one player. Grenades out, Federal. Will he get the kill that he needs? It won't be a yes for now, but Hide on Bush does get a 1 knock on their side. And so it's all up to them to kind of get that finisher. So Disembark. With that, those sprays just ends Urcas from the side of Champions Esports. And with that, Hide on Bush gets another point on their side. And so we're down. With that Champions Esports elimination, we're down to actually 5 more teams left. And now we're down to 11 players as well. And so this is going to be between Bigatron Esports, Kinotrope, Formical Vibes, DRS Gaming, and ASX I8 Esports. And unfortunately for ASX I8 Esports, you're down to 1 player. And so a good thing is Kinotrope and DRS Gaming, they both have 2 players left. And Bigatron and Formical Vibes, they still have 3 players. And so numbers advantage going in to the side of Bigatron and Formical Vibes. But so once again, I mean, if we're talking about the previous game in Miramar, numbers advantage didn't matter over there. It was the strategy, especially from Bigatron Esports, the side of Bigatron Esports. But over here, Formical Vibes top, they did spot the player from Kinotrop, but while they were looking the wrong way, BTR finds their chance to take him down, but that was just a knock. And they'll have to hunt down or finish the other members. But looks like 4MV is in a little bit of a pinch. Doc R is the last person standing that could possibly carry their team. But Hide on Bush, 1 versus 1. Looks like it looks like he'll be fine. He'll be definitely fine shooting the vehicles. And yes, with that, well, Torx, I'll just totally update you right now. I mean, we're down to 5 teams, 9 players remaining. Looks like Bigatron Esports has a numbers advantage right now.
That is totally true. 5 total teams are remaining into the match, and so far I can see the 4 Merkel Vibes, the first match chicken takers, the Bigatron Esports, the second match chicken ticker takers. They're still into this match, into the race of the chicken dinner for this match as well. The SI8, they're surviving the solo. DRS, they're a duo for Merkel Vibes, a solo, Kinotrobe, a duo as well. And Bigatron Esports, the only team that right now has the highest probability of securing that chicken dinner with the most player remaining. Kinotrope, in the meanwhile, gets a finisher, and another team gets eliminated. 11 elimination. Wait a second. 4 Miracle Vibes. I was expecting, okay, 5, maybe 6 elimination, but no. Those are some 11 juicy elimination that these guys have so far for themselves.
I mean, if 11 eliminations impresses you, take a look at VTR, Bigatron Esports, with a big number of eliminations. That's 16. And Hide on Bush is looking for their 17th spots. DRS at a distance, but unfortunately, none of those bullets will be connecting. And so with that, have to reset, trying to see if they can find any more other potential kills. We can see ASI8's Casanova finds 1 and picks off 1 team on the other hand. But Snape spots Casanova very low on health, and with that, Hide on Bush gets another kill. The 17th one, in fact, puts ASXI8 onto the ground. Now this is between Bigatron Esports, DRS Gaming. That's 3 versus 2. Numbers advantage going on to Bigatron Esports, but DRS Gaming, depending on how they play their cards right, let's see what's going to happen in these last few minutes of the game.
It is the last few minutes of the game. Bigatron, DRS, both of these teams are right now against each other. DRS a duo, Bigatron a complete trio at this point. 6 elimination to the side of the DRS so far. YTT behind both of his cars, but Delta gets taken down. Now it's a chicken dinner, almost confirmed for the side of the team BTR, but Bigatron, Snape trying to find out that last player where he is. They spotted the player down. Now they're circling around the premises, and there we go. S12K M416. It's going to be all over. DRS out of this match, and Bigatron